And good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner. It's Wednesday, the 18th of May, and it's hot, hot, hot out there, Paul, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's surprisingly warm for this time of year, isn't it?
It was a hot cycle ride in, and tell you what, the traffic was there pretty busy as well. It's all the Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday workers. I won't say the dreaded word. Anyway, let's crack on to mining. I'll tell you what, I thought we'd start on because Cornish Metals have had results today, and the results don't really matter too much, but I also noticed today that Reuters have put out a report that the Pentagon is looking to build up critical metal resources in the UK and Australia. Now, there aren't many places in the UK, are there, Paul, that have got critical metals. And I think it's fair to say that the Pentagon have been wandering around the West Country. I was going to say Cornwall, but I wanted to say Cornwall and West Devon as well. In fact, we know they have been. And that actually makes the whole area even more exciting. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, that's right. In the U.S., if they're targeting these countries specifically, and I would presume Canada would be in that list too, it happens to be the U.K. and its Commonwealth countries, which have much of a big portion of the world's tin resources and reserves. So Cornwall, of course, being very famous for tin. So that's obviously one of the things that the Pentagon feels is essential for all kinds of the electronics industry.
Yeah, but I don't think the stock market has quite realised just how important these strategic minerals are down in Cornwall and West Devon. And it is tungsten, it's tin, it's copper, it's lithium. There is an enormous game to be played. It probably will take 10 years. But it's enormous. Anyway, is there anything in the Cornish Metals results that you want to comment on, Paul? I mean, obviously, we all know about Sir Mick Davies putting in money, which is the key to it all, probably. But is there anything you picked up?
Well, yes, it's a summary of the news releases which came out during the year. But the one big thing here is right at the end of March with the conditional financing of up to 40.5 million sterling to come in via Vision Blue. So that's a real tremendous institutional backstop for what Cornish Metals wants to proceed with development, exploration and development on in Cornwall. So that's, I think, the key point there with that institutional support.
It certainly is, yeah. Okay, let's turn to a few other bits and pieces of the news. I see a bit of news, I think, from our Shanghai Mining Club member, Firefinch, Paul.
Yes, Firefinch, the ASX-listed gold producer in Mali that also has the big Goulamina lithium project as well. This news about the Morella gold mine itself, that it has had its mining convention renewed by the Mali government for another 3 years. That mining convention essentially consolidates in law the fiscal terms and operating terms for the project as far as its taxation regime and community support and that sort of thing. So it's nice to see that continuing good relationship. And it runs right alongside the authenticated mining license. So the two of them run in tandem in order to make the operation what it is.
And just as a quick reminder, the Shanghai Mining Club is a sort of low-touch, low-cost club that we set up to talk about companies all year round, and then obviously to attend our China Day, which we'll probably be holding in a sort of in the same time zone, but we won't be able to get into China. But it has an incredibly strict take-on committee, doesn't it, Paul? So you have to be a damn good company to become a member. And that for anybody that we say is a Shanghai Mining Club member must mean they're a bloody good company.
Well, it certainly means that there's a lot of exciting activity coming ahead for those particular companies, and we want to make sure that they get the best opportunity for investor good look.
It's a great club, and obviously we're supported by Mining Indaba and One-to-One Mining, and so we are expecting membership to grow significantly this year. If you want more information, please do get in touch with us or Paul or Ollie or anybody else at VSA Capital. That was an advert halfway through this podcast. What else would you like to talk about, Paul?
Oh, I really do have to mention this deal announcement from ASX listed copper gold explorer in Australia, Havilah Resources. The Kalamazoo open pit copper gold project they have has been laying in the shadows there for some time as they continue to grow it in advancement, but hadn't gotten much investor a good look at this point in time, though I've liked it for some time. Well, Oz Minerals thinks it's a good project too, because Oz Minerals has just put a conditional deal forward in order to support exploration for the next 18 months on the project, as well as the surrounding tenements, toward a decision in that 18-month period of whether or not to buy out the Kalamazoo project altogether for $205 million. And that's essentially almost 5 times the market cap of Havilah altogether just 2 days ago. So obviously a huge endorsement for the quality of that asset, I think.
You should have told me about that last week, Paul.
Well, the share price only rose 200% yesterday.
Exactly. Right. I'll tell you what, it's been, although it's the markets are pretty tough over here. I had some Aussie brokers in my office on Monday, and they still seem to be pretty happy and still booming down there. But then they have a slightly easier cost pressure. I was talking about energy prices, and the cost of industrial energy, i.e. for the mines down in Australia, is half the price that it is in the UK, which gives them one hell of an advantage. And Rishi Sunak, if you're listening, please, for industrial use, lower the price of energy and also put a rebate on for red diesel, because it is killing the economy. It is not helping these mines. It is not helping get people into work. And that's what we need. Well, actually, unemployment is pretty low, but we need to stimulate these things. Rishi Sunak, please do something about it and stop fiddling with political things. Right, so that was a bit of a part of the political broadcast. Anything else, Paul?
Real quickly, Anglo American released the results of their auction cycle 4 on rough diamonds, with a $604 million essentially indicated for that cycle. It's about $50 million less, that was, or 50 million more than what was earned in the last cycle last quarter, but it's all about 90% higher than what the same sales cycle was a year ago. So it indicates a pretty buoyant market still for rough diamonds, but they are watching closely the China COVID lockdown situation, even as the Alrosa rough diamond goods are sanctioned off the market at this time.
All right, that'll do for today, Paul. I think some news and views, shall we say. Speak again tomorrow.
Very good. See you then.